Welcome everyone to PLUNGEcast. This is another episode number seven. Welcome to episode number 7 of Comics and Ramblings with Ari. Well, Comics and Ramblings. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it when you guys hang out with, just hearing me talk, because, it's weird just one person talking. I kind of enjoy that when I'm listening to other people, but when you see yourself or hear yourself, it's just kind of weird. But it's kind of what journalism's about, right? Commentary and stuff. So I enjoy other people giving their commentary, so I'm here giving you my commentary. I've got a mixed bag of stuff. I've got a list of what we're going to be talking about, from comics to TV shows, and I'm actually going to do my first reaction video to an interview that was then clipped, and then then that was placed. I'll talk about that more when we get to it. And I'm going to talk about race swapped Constantine that I am so glad didn't happen, even though they've ruined my character, my beloved Constantine, so many times. But as you know, there's a Keanu Reeves movie coming out. I'm excited about that. Man, I saw it at the theater when it came out back in 2000-ish. I had the poster. I had the freaking movie poster of the amazing silver, big, huge gun he had. And I'm going to show you the big gun I've got for one of my characters that's coming up in Robot Nation, that I basically asked Francisco, who's the artist of Robot Nation, to draw it for me. And I was, it was really because I wanted to base it on an actual physical item that's readily available around the world, that hopefully probably 90% of the world, right? But then if you wanted to cosplay this character, you could actually cosplay these characters. I'm using the same gun, big huge friggin' cannon thing, on another story that's called Trenton and Partners, Bounty Hunters and Robot Retrievals. That's the name of that story when it comes out. I think it's going to be like a 60-page to a 90-page standalone story. I'm looking at putting the first part of that story, or not first part, but a short story of that in Robot Nation in a future release. But today, of course, we're going to be talking about Robot Nation a lot. I'm going to show you some artwork and stuff, because I learned from last time, like in July, August, when we did the Ages Incredi-Girl Kickstarter for the print version of that, which is at the printers right now, right? Publishers got it, sending off the printers, getting it ready, because it's got to be in the hands of people in February, right? All you amazing backers, I applaud you and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. And so while that's going on, I'm going to be putting out Robot Nation as a let me just get this file up, as a digital release first. Now, what does that mean, right? What's a digital release first? Well, it's basically like having testing the market, right? Seeing how much effort I need to put behind it when we go to print, how much financial, because a lot of times when you're doing this, you got to figure out how much advertising you got to do, paid advertising and stuff. I learned a lot from the Kickstarter for Incredi-Girl, right? Because it I had so many people come to us, right? So quickly, like as soon as it was out there, as soon as promotions were getting out there, people were like in my DMs, something that, which, happens every now and then, but not to this scale, right? I felt like all of a sudden these, people I didn't even know were showing up and going, hey, I can help with this. We can help with this. Hook me up on Fiverr, drop me $15 or something, or drop me $10 and I'll be able to, help you out here. And I'm like, maybe, okay, because I'm new to this game. So I'm like, okay, okay, let's give it a go, So we spent something in about $45 US, which is coming in like about $60, $80 New Zealand, right? No, actually, yeah, it's about 70 bucks New Zealand almost, right? Which is like about 7 comic books. So you got to, like, when you're doing these things, you got to, you got to figure out what the costings are. So I was like, we'll give it a go, right? We'll try 2 people. Let's see what happens. We did one person that was, oh, let's try again. And we learned out that is not the way to do it. Like, and the weird thing was, after I had done it, then someone manages just don't do that. It's not really worth it. It's just people that you don't even know what you're going to get. There's no, you probably get some record of it, but they're really, people that are actually doing that, they're not actually comic book people, right? Their audience might not even be comic book audience, right? So I'm like, okay, well, all right, fine. I did that. Okay. It is what it is. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try something different. I'm going to, I'm going to do it a bit different in the sense that I will get out here before you guys ahead of time. I'll promote the comic. I'll show you what I'm doing ahead of time. So I've been, for the last month or so, putting up across Facebook, across my own page, across Instagram, across the uh, um, Plunge Instagram page, across Twitter, across YouTube, putting in the posts and stuff, uh, just trying to update and get as much interest in this book as possible ahead of time, so that when I actually put it there's people know what's coming, right? People are aware that this is where we're going to go. So Fund My Comics is something new to me, right? It's something that I've never used before, right? But because I had talked to, let me get this page up. Because I actually talked to the gentleman who's running Fund My Comics, right? So I'm like, you know, there. Oh gosh, hold on. Now, by the way, guys, always forget this. Um, I want to hear from you. It's something that I forget to do all the time. I want to hear from you about what we talk about. Like last week, I remember on Twitter, I should put a look at note in front of me on this desk, on this, bookshelf in front of me, and go, hey, reminder, please leave a like or comment, like or subscribe, but definitely leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. I I enjoy talking to you guys in chat. I like responding right away to it. If you see this, it's because I'm trying to not go into another go to that comment right away, because I'm acknowledging you. It's because if I don't carry on, I'll forget. And I have this trouble where my memory is not the best, and because I had about 6, 7, 8 head injuries over my lifetime, and even since I was a little kid, right? So it affects me remembering things. And if I get, sometimes if I'm talking and something pops up, I forget, right? If I concentrate on something. So I'm trying to, if I give you a thumbs up, that means I got your comment. I'll get back to it later. But please do comment, do jump in on chat. Let me know what you guys think, because at the end of the day, I'm doing this because I want to interact with you. I don't want to just put these videos out without anybody, giving me feedback. I want to grow as a commentator. I want to grow as a podcaster. I want to get better at what I do, as a comic book writer, as a editor. Everything really. I mean, I turned 50 this year. That doesn't mean that I've learned everything. I've freaking got a lot more I want to learn. Right now, I'm learning to play bass, right? So please do comment, do respond. Um, you know, um, I enjoy that. I think it's great to get feedback from people. It's what makes us grow. What makes us learn. I comment on other people's videos all the time because whether I find it interesting or not, or if I do, leave a really, hopefully a good comment. But right, so back to Fund My Comics, right? So Fund My Comics, I talked to Luke from Fund My Comics, and I want to, give me one second. I want to I'll give you a link for that in a minute, and I'll put it in chat so you guys can check it out. Now, let me just find that for you. I wasn't thinking about bringing that up, but hey, while we're talking, why not, right? So Luke Stone is person who came up with the idea to do this, and we did a really cool 2 hour interview with him. As you guys know, I do these interview videos with people that I find interesting, people that I hope you find interesting, right? So that was like the sixth episode of Fun Comic, I was going to say, but of Plunge Pop. Now, Plunge Pop, of course, is there you go. It's in the chat, so you guys can check it out. But Luke Stone, he's the guy who put this together and got it organized and all that. But Plunge Pop, of course, is where I interview people that I find interesting on the internet. I find people whose jobs are interesting in the pop culture entertainment scene, right? So I interviewed, thanks to Nita Lanning, right, from Indie Comics, I think Indie Comics Connection. I'll find that out soon as well. But like Indie Comics Network, that's what they're called. So Indie Comics Network is an amazing, I'm friends with, I guess, internet friends with them. I guess, that's what you call, like, I don't know any of them physically or in IRL, right? But through Facebook, I was able to connect with some of these guys, and Nita Lanning, was talking about Fun Comics, and then so I said, who's in, she said, who's in charge, whatever, and I said Luke Stone, and I said, okay, well, we'd love to talk to him, because gave me the name, and boom, so I had a Luke on, right? Who's that? And so check out Fun Comics. Like he's an artist, writer, and owner of Fun Comics, but he's also owns his own studio, right? Right. So why digital first, right? Why go digital first with that? As I mentioned, it's about cost, right? Right at the start, I wanted to get an idea of how much stuff we could put out. Like, I've got ideas of for the when we do the variant, when we do the Robot Nations volume 1, number 1 print next year, I'll have an idea of what people are after, right? I'll have an idea of what I can do. I'll be able to have some money to pay for maybe a couple variant covers from some artists that I like, or by actually putting these PDFs out first as a digital release. Like for myself, I read a lot of digital comics now. I don't buy any more physical comics because I just don't have the patience to get out and take it off my shelf and start reading them. Although, right, I've got so much freaking comics and graphic novels up there, I still, if I'm busy, if I'm out there, sitting down, got a moment while I'm out and about, I'm going to turn to my, to my mobile, and I'm going to read my, comic that I want to read that I have on my mobile. So I thought, why not try that? So I'm trying a different thing with this whole comic completely with Robot Nations, right? So with Robot Nations, you're going to get not only is it going to be digital, it's a black and white comic, right? It's and that also means it's going to be printed in black, not only in black and white, it's going to come out in print as black and white as well. So we're not going to do any colors in this. I had thought about it. Probably maybe later when we collect all the series, all the floppies that we do probably in a year or two, maybe we'll get that colored. But I still think the comic looks so good without color. And so every time I thought about it, I thought, let's do it on black and white. Let's do it on black and white. The artwork is so cool. As you can see, it's an amazing looking comic, right? And the artwork is just brilliant. The artist on this has worked on so many different projects and with so many different companies, right? Independent companies and stuff. So I felt like, I can, I want to be able to put it out the way I want to put it out, the way it deserves, with the full, the way the artist did on this, right? And that doesn't mean I don't like color. Hell, Incredi-Girl came out in color, right? So at the end of the day, I'm going to try digital first with Fund My Comic, put it out there, see if we can get 100 backers, right? And put it out for whatever figure, we need to put it out at, and let's see people instantaneous within a month get the comic book, right? It's almost finished. All I got to do is I got to go through this freaking thing and edit all my spelling mistakes. This is, so as you can see, like this is a variant cover we're going to put out. I got to edit it. The waist here is different, as you can see. Her waistline around there is a different thing. It's from a different, my versions. This is like my variant cover, but the artwork, all the artwork on this mainly at the moment for the covers is by Francisco Conte. So there's quite a few artworks, covers that he's done. He did about 3 different versions, and then, but on top of that, we've got a color artwork that's been done by a colored cover, right? That's been done by Hugo, who's our artist on Incredi-Girl. Now, look, I just look at this every time and I go, man, this is such a cool, the artwork on this is so cool, right? And I just want to be able to, just do it justice and put it out the way that we can put it out, right? And I think it's, it's such a cool, cool little book. And so there's 2 stories in this book, right? There is the first story, which is the title story, which is Robot Nations, right? Nation. And so at the, with that, the story, as I had to write up that story, and I mean, not write up story, I had to do a little blurb on it. So I'm going to read the blurb out to you guys that I wrote up for Twitter, right, as a promotion piece. Now, let's have a look. So the 2 stories, right, is, where are we? Where are you, my buddy? Okay, so that's the first story. All right, that jumped into it before I could get to the other one. All right, here we go. All right, the story number 1, right, is, it's gone away on me again. Here we go. Excuse me. Right, so I'm going to share, I might as well share the Twitter post so you guys can see the post, right? So give me 1 sec. And please, if you guys are like on Twitter, check out Plunge NZ. It's or Plungecast, right? So it's Plunge NZ1 on Twitter. Give me a follow. I saw something strange pop up today. I had an instant follow on Twitter, and it was like it's instant share or something on Twitter, and or X's, where someone had basically, like 2 ladies, right? I know it's ladies because their face was there, but I reckon it's a bot, right? So they have 1 follower, but they have but they're following nobody, and I thought that was kind of strange. So please give me a follow on, give us a follow, right? On Twitter, give us a follow on Plunge NZ, on Instagram. You can see all the links for all our sites and social media and stuff on the Plungecast page here on YouTube, right? So if you haven't subscribed to us, please jump on there and subscribe if you're watching this on Facebook or Twitch. Now, so, right, so as I mentioned, right, so the story is written by myself, of course, and art by Francisco, and this is a page of, right, from that, and you can see here, this is the characters here. I can't even remember the names, apologies, but they're hiding away, or they're playing, playing, what would you call that? I guess, building a tent, building a hut inside a house, whatever. But okay, so the first story is a 12-page story, a complete story. So when you buy a Robot Nation comic book, you can be 100% assured that it's a complete story. It's not leading to something else. You don't have to buy the next issue, but we'd love you to buy the next issue when it comes out. But this is a standalone book. So you don't have to worry about, oh, are they ever going to make another one if I love this so much? Yes, we will make another one, but you don't have to buy, you don't have to wait for it because the story here is complete, right? So, and then of course, when you do wait for it, you'll be excited because this will be a whole new complete two-story comic book. So it's a 28-page comic book. The first story, as I mentioned here, is about a young couple who return from camping on a remote island to find their world has changed while they've gone away. Based in Tutankhamun Coast, from New Zealand, which is over that way. It's kind of like over that way, right? Which is about 45 minutes an hour from here. Well, actually, probably just 45 minutes or less, depending, right? And then you got the second story, which is called, and that one is called Robot Nation. The second one, of course, is called The Trouble with Bobo. It's 16 pages, so it's 12 pages and 16 pages, 28-page comic book, right? So with 36 pages all up, with back matter, with with a couple promotional pieces about what's going to come up next, bit about what we're doing here in New Zealand with our Plunge Studios, New Zealand imprint. And so this one's about a family on a spacecraft desperate to land on Venus as they run out of fuel, right? So both stories are in black and white, right? So, let me, like I said, jump on Twitter, let me know what you guys think. I'll put this artwork out there because we want you guys to, see before ahead of time, see ahead of time what's coming out, so it's going to be on, Find My Comics. Here we go. Right. And it's going to be login. Right. So it's going to be on our account. I don't know what, I think my account's called, my campaigns. It's be under this when it comes out under Robot Nation. I haven't done anything being edited, right? So when you see it come up, do a follow, right? Follow it so you guys, when it comes up, you'll be able to think, or you'll be aware when it's going to come out. Now, all that's left for me to do right now on this book is just to edit it, right? It's to edit the spelling and the final run through on the speech bubbles. One of the things I'm very conscious about is art, and when you marry the speech bubbles to it, right? It's important to me that I don't waste any art done on the page by putting bubbles over things unnecessarily, right? If I find a space, I am going to put the bubbles on on any spare space I can find, rather than, just putting all in it, because I have the time, right? As you can see here, right? I have the time to, to not rush things, because I don't mean like I have the time not to rush this. What I mean is that I have the patience to, it's just a way of talking patience and all that. But I won't want to waste any hard work that my artist has done, right? Because I don't want to be putting bubbles everywhere. Anywhere that's going to block stuff. Now, of course, you can't do that all the time, as you can see here. Just to the left here, because sometimes that's the way things are, because it's a ship. People are talking, and you're going to have to show the whole ship. But when you look to the fourth panel here, the top on the right, you can see, there's space that's left there by Francisco, because it's just glass at the back. And then, of course, here on the second, on the second panel, you got lots of white there and so on. And it's easy to, put bubbles on. But for me, it's important to showcase the art as much as it's that you hear about that you read the story. Because at the end of the day, it's a marrying of art and literature, right? Text, right? So you want to marry the art with the story. And sometimes one of the things I do is when I get the artwork back, I sometimes go over my writing. I go over the script and go, when I'm looking at the art itself that the artist has done, sometimes I change the text to marry it up into a better way, because I still have time to finalize my writing. And of course, sometimes I even, if the artist is, is aware of what I'm, is finished the artwork and I haven't finished the script, I'll just send the panels how I want it, and then just send it off without doing the script, right? As long as he knows who's on there, I get some great work. So now I want to show you guys some pencil work, right? That our awesome Francisco, right? Conti has done, right? So check out this pencil work. Now, it's when you see pencil work, you have to, comic artists are very different animal, right? They're animal unto themselves. And what I mean by that is that they can visualize, right, where they're going. And this is, where they're going to put the inks. See, I can't do that. Like, I got to basically, for myself, I'm just going to work off the pencil. And I mean, I haven't done comic stuff for a while, and I doubt I'm going to return to doing comic art because I'm just not that skilled at it. And it's better to have skilled people work on your projects with you because they make you look like a skilled person, right? So I really appreciate that. So, I just love seeing, each time I get a page, I get 2 pages at a time. And so last week was the last time, or this weekend was the last time I got the last 2 inked pages. And I was like, yes, woohoo, all 28 pages are done, all the covers are done. And then yesterday I got the inked inks for one of the covers that we're going to use to, do all the variances of. We're also going to do a wraparound for the print, right? For the print, a wraparound, where are we here? A wraparound version, which is just inks, because I just want, I wanted something just cool. Not something just cool, but I just wanted to show on the cover what it's, one of the works. So this is one of the, I think this is a, I can't remember what we called it, whether it was a standard cover or whether it was like a safe for work cover, whatever. But we had 3 different versions, and there's this one here and there's another one. But I did this one because I want to have a full wraparound cover. We've also got a cover that Hugo's colored, which is very cool, really cool. The standard cover for Hugo's one is a let me just grab that, is one that is just is like a half, which is what's going to be on the digital, right? So this is what's going to be on the digital, and it's also going to be on the standard cover for the cover A, for the Robot Nation, both for digital and for print in next year. But digitals, we're going to be putting a digital within a week or 2, right? So that it can be out into people's hands for Christmas, basically, right? So we're not going to at least that way you could gift, if you want it, as part of your, as part of your gift. Like, hey, give a comic book away, right? A digital comic. It's easier, and you can do that while you wait for next year's Incredi-Girl to drop in your hand, right? So I'm looking forward to this. Like, this is Hugo's, of course, Hugo's colors, right? Color work on Francisco's art. I've done the, now if I remember, there is his, yeah. So this one, yeah. So I was just checking if this one has the, has his signature on there. There you go. So there's Francisco's signature. Now colored by Hugo, and there's quite a few variances that we've got coming up, and we're going to use, we're going to put out like posters and stuff as well. But yeah, I'm quite excited about this work. Like I said, 28 pages, 36 printed pages, all pages all up. Excuse me. And that basically, we will let you know exactly the day it drops. It'll be everywhere. And that'll give you, a month to basically get it so that you can have it in time for Christmas, as I mentioned, that you can actually have it to give away. Now, I say it's a mature comic book because, I mean, there's some mature themes in it. It is horror in it, and it's, sci-fi, horror, fantasy. So I don't want to like just, put out as an all ages book. It's probably, if I really thought about it, it would be like a teen plus. But, on the safe side, I thought just put out as a mature book. So this is Rising Sun Comics Shop. So you go, you go to the main one and you go to shop, and you will be able to see all the amazing other comic books that are out there. And you'll be able to check out my one. Oops, is that one? Press the button. Press the button. Reminds me of Chemical Brothers. Always a Daft Punk. All right. So let me see. So I think I need new batteries in my mouse. Then you go to RSC in New Zealand, right? So you can, by going to RSC New Zealand, you'll be able to get all the first six issues of it. Now, I can't remember if you can get it in digital or not, but they're $3.99, so in print. So, right, all 6 issues, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? These are the old versions that we had. There's a teaser there for like Red Dot. You can also read if you want, which is free. You can download. And we're still planning for Red Dot to come out sometime in the future. Where are you going? Oh, got me on scrolls. Hold on. Sorry, my bad. Come on now. Huh. Refresh. Right, so you go to NZ, right, RSC NZ, right, so there you go. So what is the story about, right? Now, I'll read it from the blurb, right, because it's been a while. So, let's do that. Right, so 4 friends, 1 game, murder, right? A crime noir 6-issue limited series about friendship, deception, blackmail, and revenge. What else can you want, right? So basically, it's about 4 mates, right? High school, what should I say? 4 university friends, right? You'd say like college if you're in the US. There we go. That's better, right? 4 high school friends who get together every weekend, Friday night or Saturday night, whatever, and they play games. Now, this is kind of like what we did when I was in Chicago. Like, this is what anybody does, right? After a week of, school, 5 days of school, study, learning classes, courses, whatever. Get some beers and get home, get some pizza and hang out and play games and watch movies, whatever. So these guys decide to play. One of them comes back from a holiday, comes up with a game they made up, and then they play the game, right? And so they play the game. It's like a Q&A game where you have to, and task setting, so they go out and do that. Now, like I said, you get it directly from Rising Sun Publishing under under shop, under shop under RSCNZ, and you can get it directly there, or you can get it from Kindle, right? But check it out. But yeah, so they play the game, they do stuff, things happen, and it's a crime drama, so like suspense kind of thing. So it's told in a non-linear way. So it's something that I was working on at the time, like telling a story that doesn't like A to Z kind of thing. It's kind of like A, B, D, E, and so on. So hopefully, if you're into crime dramas and stuff like that, and you want to try something different to read, the comic itself is based off a film that I did as a part of my final year graduation project, right? Bachelor's film making project, right? And so, and the thing was, I went down there specifically to be able to make a movie at the end of my project, and they said I could, and so that's all I built up for. I built, 3.5 years I worked towards, I should say 3 years I worked towards building that and writing it and rejigging it and so on. And so I am, I'm proud of it. It's my first comic where I did everything myself. I did the artwork myself, working off screenshots and stuff like that. And, and kind of like, I'm not the greatest artist. I'll never say I'm a comic book artist, but it's the first comic, that I actually ever put out. And thanks to Rising Sun Comics, right, I was able to, and Hawk Sanders, right, I was able to, who's the publisher on this, was able to actually get my first 6 issues of a comic book out. I was so, you can get it through Amazon Kindle, and for the Kindle, or you can get it through the Rising Sun Comics page. But yeah, it's the first thing that I got in print that I actually worked on myself, because everything else kind of like that I put out, it's been like other people have worked on and done the artwork for. So I did everything on it, from like writing it to the artwork to designing the book to the lettering, everything, right? So, now anything else is I'm going to get other people to work on. So thank you. That's me for today. I'm going to cut these up and put out short clip videos. But one of the things I don't like doing is recording things and then airing it. I'd rather do it fresh, like live to you guys. So I'm not retaping stuff, so it's just coming out clear. So even when we do the clips, I try to keep it very minimal on editing. It's just like clip pieces, because I think you get to see what I say, not what I'm changing around. So for today, thank you so much. Please check out, you can, for the Kindle, check it out if you want. If you want the full versions of the comic book, and print afterwards, right? If you want to try the digital and like it, please recommend it to other people. Or if you want the print version, you can get directly to Rising Sun Comics, risingsunpublishing.com shop, right? And you can under, basically it goes at RSCNZ, right? So please check it out. And that's all for me today. Thank you for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I'm going to go get ready, pop down to town, get my new Batman chair and put it together. And I might make a video of that as well. Stream that today, but we'll see how it goes. Ka kite anō. Please share my video out, all the clips we got there, especially the pop plunge. I love interviewing people. I love talking to people about their journey in life. And hopefully you get something out of those plunge pops. We're setting up for a couple more coming up this month. But this Friday night, we do the Kiwis and comic books. And then on Sunday, which becomes Thursday night in the US and Northern Hemisphere, and Friday in the Northern Hemisphere, is the toys and toys collecting and unboxing, right? Show. So we've got 2 more live streams coming up, and of course I have them with guests and co-hosts and so on. And thank you for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment, whatever whatever you want me to talk about. Let me know. I'm happy to take a look at it. We'll see where we go. Ka kite ano. Have a good one. Have a good week, guys. See you on Friday. Or I should say, see you on social media.